Ayush, not much wrong with that ball there, but good shot all along the ground.
The two previous commentators are talking about how hard it is when there's no pace on the ball. There's a bit of grass, a little bit of nibble. It teases you, doesn't it?
It does, because at this level you want the ball to come on your bat, and most of the batters are used to the ball coming onto the bat, and you can utilize the pace while you're batting. But when there's a lack of pace, you have to create pace on the ball, especially in the T20 version of the game. It's easier when the ball's coming on. At least that's how I used to prefer it.
So you got to create that pace, move around the crease, maybe shimmy down. Gurbaz tried it, but the lack of confidence he's had in his game and trust letting him down. This is good. This is a good way of playing yourself in. Mohammad Nabi, he's got a promotion because of the 2 early wickets. He's not had a lot of batting to do and got to go quite a while to see when he scored an innings of note.
Well, he generally bats in the middle order, doesn't he? That's Mohammad Nabi. And seldom does he come up in the first 6 overs. But he is mighty effective down in the finisher's role. But you want this kind of an innings as well right now. He lost 2 wickets in the first 4 overs. You want to consolidate a little bit, put up a healthy score. And then they've always been a team that's depended a lot more on their bowling than their batting. And their batting has actually gone down a bit over the last couple of years for Afghanistan.
Nice and straight. At least a couple here. They need a partnership. Make sure you don't lose another wicket and invite that extra pressure. I thought they could have run for a 3. A long throw, but the 2 wickets that fell.
Those 2 wickets should have been 3 there, wasn't it? But Nabi looks really young, but got some wheels under him. These are the 2 wickets. Hit a 6 the previous delivery. Tried to double down on the attack. And a nice little catch there. The second one. Teasing outswinger. Big outside edge. Graham would have been disappointed. Because that pace, you don't often play it at this level, Russell.
You see the hands, he managed to control it with the mid-off, now pushed to the boundary line. But from the other end, the other challenge is when the wicket keeper comes up to the stumps because of the lack of pace from the bowler. That stops you moving around the crease and adds that added pressure on you.
Yeah, he had that there from the first ball, didn't he? So he was one of those bowlers who's what we call dibbly-dobbly medium pace. One that puts a little bit of pressure on the batter, where you feel like, oh, you got to take him on because he's not bowling very quick, but he's got a little bit of swing and seam in that. That could be the difference. 2 inches of swing, 1.5 inches of swing. Difference between the middle of the bat and an outside edge.
Again an early call, he'll get home easy. 11 off the 5th, Afghanistan up 37 for 2.
यूफोन 4G दे रहा है यू पावर पर डबल कॉलिंग मिनट्स वो भी सेम प्राइस पे फोन उठाओ कॉल मिला क्योंकि यूफोन 4G के पास डेटा और मिनट्स बहुत है
प्लीज हमारा ऑर्डर लिख लीजिए 2 बड़े पिज़्ज़ास लहसुन वाली डबल रोटी
इनको पुराने तरीकों से ऑर्डर करने में 20,000 प्लस रेस्टोरेंट्स के साथ आपका ऑर्डर फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा।
तो हो जाए सोनी धरती के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
Khan, most experienced member of the Hong Kong China side, played 96 matches, 127 wickets, average of 16.4. A very healthy economy for T20 cricket, and a best of 4 for 5. How about that for experience? He's 40 years old, this man.
He does well, Ishan, but he can't stop the 2.
He's generally been a very reactive bowler, always watching what the batter does and tries to lock them up. Doesn't give them the freedom to open their hands on the ball. So you'll see him almost stopping, then delivering based on where the batter is batting.
A lot of the numbers, they are good numbers for the Hong Kong China players in terms of bowling and batting. Oh, that was an inside edge. But you got to remember that they haven't come across the big five. Not in the jungle, that's not what I mean. The big five in Asia. 2022, they played in the T20 World Cup qualifiers. They got to go back quite a while. They've got themselves a couple of victories though.
They have, haven't they? Their victories against Afghanistan came, the last time was in 2015. Once in July and once in November. But no victories after that, because Afghanistan have been a force to reckon with. One of those associate nations that have come through the ranks into mainstream international cricket and has always contended and looked like a very good side. Hong Kong, on the other hand, is growing through the ranks.
They played Bangladesh once in the 2014 T20 World Cup and won.
That's true. And they can't surprise you with that. And the thing about these associate nations is that they're really big dogs in the associate nations level, right? They're really good, they're really competitive, they contend with each other, very hard-fought games, close games. But when they come and play these tournaments, they're a little, almost, you know, with due respect, a little out of their depth, and they need to find themselves at this level.
But also, if you're not careful, there are teams that can get over you. So you still have to turn up and play really well. Talking of the big five, for those who are wondering, there are Lions, Sri Lankan Lions, Robbie, Bangladeshi Tigers. So there's Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan and Afghanistan. There's been great development and they can compete at any time, any given time against any given opposition.
100%. Look at this man, all his experience. Only 4 runs in that first over. 6 overs gone, 41 for 2.
अस्करी जबरदस्त करंट अकाउंट खुलवाएं क्योंकि इस अकाउंट में मिले बेशुमार जबरदस्त सहूलियात वो भी बिल्कुल फ्री सब कुछ तो है इसमें
Please order the DJ, don't order buy pizzas.
Just helped it on its way. See that seam, brilliant seam presentation, but Fakir Zaman well balanced. Yeah, this time the shorter length goes against the bowler. Pulls that shot, is gone for 4. Now that's a good shot. Straight bat, full face, and will earn him the reward with a boundary. Oh, that's gone right past that short mid-wicket, flying over his head for a boundary. Serious power and timing in that shot. With the end of the over, 32 for no loss. Nice shot. That's so typical Imamul Haq. Top edge.
But it's a vacant lot down there. A fine leg, he'll go away for 4.
And problems for Tom Latham.
Again gives himself room, he doesn't get all of it, but the power of the man takes it for 6.
Back to away. Knew the next ball was going to be pace on. The slower delivery's gone over covers for 4. Next one would be pace on. So back to away to give himself some room. Got under it really well. Connected exceptionally well. Cross seam delivery. Freed his arms. 6 runs.
And it's working for Afghanistan, the reason why Nabi was sent ahead. A little bit of pressure with the 2 wickets gone. Usually it's Ramanullah Gurbas who gives them that intent early. Long off now on the boundary, 3rd man in the circle. Why look to go with the top? You've already got 14 off the over.
Yeah, experience does what experience can. Knows he's already got 14 in the over. 15 actually. Chug along, finish the over, put pressure back on the minnows here, but Afghanistan will have a point to prove a lot more than Hong Kong and China will. Because Hong Kong and China right now, even though they're playing slightly defensive cricket, have a little bit of an edge before this over started. But now, slowly coming back.
Oh, goes past that outside edge. 56 for 2, Afghanistan.
यूफोन 4G दे रहा है यू पावर पर डबल कॉलिंग मिनट्स, वो भी सेम प्राइस पे। फोन उठाओ, कॉल मिला, क्योंकि यूफोन 4G के पास डेटा और मिनट्स बहुत है।
तो हो जाए सोनी धरती के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
This partnership now quietly growing, 30 off 24. A lot of work to do for Afghanistan. I'll pick up on a point you made earlier. Batting strong. Oh, correction. Bowling strong, you said, Robbie. Not too strong with the with the batting. But Afghanistan, of late, they're competing with world teams. They are a real threat. How do you see them getting through their batting woes? Then they'll be very difficult to beat.
You know, Russell, something I've noticed about Afghanistan over the last few years, perhaps since Jonathan Trott has become coach. Generally, they were a very aggressive batting unit. But I've noticed since Jonathan Trott has become coach, perhaps it's a strategic move for them to become a lot more bowling heavy and batting consolidating. What I mean by that is they become a team that sets up respectable scores while batting, but really trusts their bowling and backs their bowling to defend those scores. Perhaps also why they like batting first, because they want to take the onus on as a bowling unit. Beautifully bowled, slower through the air, and I think because of that, when you observe Afghanistan's batting over the last couple of years, you'll see a lot more consolidating players in the top order. Outside of Gurbaz, you don't really see. There used to be a Zazai there on the top of the order. Gurbaz with him. But even Gurbaz over the last year, a little bit more subdued and not really playing his free game that he generally plays, where he creates the impetus for Afghanistan. Zadran can be aggressive but takes his time to get in. Omar Zai, similar. Nabi, similar. Kareem Jannat, a good finisher. Kulpati Nabi takes his time to get in, but once he gets in, kicks on. So, similar type of players you get to see.
Totally agree with you. More batters. But if I may say, in the past, yes, as an opposition, you either had to deal with a block or a slog. And that was easier to control or easier to come up against rather than this solid batting unit which gives you those runs and then brings the bowling into it.
But oftentimes they find themselves under a lot of pressure, especially against better teams, where if they've lost 2 wickets in the first 6, they're feeling the heat, they're feeling the pressure. I suppose their USP as a batting unit has been the fact that they're big hitters and can clear the boundaries really well. And that they've moved away from that a little bit. I think that's why we've seen their form struggling just a touch.
Well, right now, against Ishan, there is a bit of a struggle. He's about to end his second over and considered just 7 runs. We'll make that 8 because Nabi, he's going to line up the bowler from the other end, that's for sure. It's 61 for 2 after 8.
With the best of European technology and innovation, Dolan's Premaline washing machine. Its advanced fountain wash technology minimizes tangling while enhancing detergent distribution for deep and efficient cleaning. Dolan's Premaline, designed for better.
यूफोन 4G दे रहा है यू पावर पर डबल कॉलिंग मिनट्स, वो भी सेम प्राइस पे। फोन उठाओ, कॉल मिलाओ, क्योंकि यूफोन 4G के पास डेटा और मिनट्स बहुत।
The ideal start that you want, batting first after winning the toss, which was interesting. But this is a team that has got depth, not just in batting or bowling, but in character as well. Slowly, I think they're getting the hang of the surface here. The first 6 overs. Yeah, that's more that we're seeing in the last 3 or 4 overs, especially after Nabi has come in. He's hitting the ball in the air. This is a pitch where you don't want to play along the ground. That was a fantastic shot. Not too bad a ball.
Wasn't a bad delivery. 26 of 20, Nabi. Let's have a look at that shot. It was short, it was wide, he waited, and then he played over extra cover. Brilliant shot. This partnership is building up. 39 of 21 between these two. Early scare, lost 2 early wickets. First one at 25 and then 26.
Interesting that he came in at number 4. Generally bats at number 6 or 7, Nabi. And despite that has a good average of over 20 for somebody who bats so low down in a T20 batting order. Top player spotlight. That's not just when he's batting, more so these days, I think, when he's batting rather than bowling, but he's a very capable bowler as well. And now in the side, we'll see more as a batting all-rounder, you would think.
Yeah, and a very good cricketer. Very consistent at this level, especially in this format, in T20 format. Batting at number 4 here, and that's again a very good experience, something different.
Yeah, this has happened quite a lot in this innings. Play and miss at least 3 or 4 times. There's been an outside edge. Sadiq, he was lucky there was a catch drop, but he's missed a few outside off.
With the angle, he came back, bowling around the wicket to the left-hander, then pitched, seamed away a bit because of the grass. There's a little bit of grass there. Good grass covering, in fact, all the way on the pitch.
Yeah, I think he likes batting in this fashion, playing along the ground, Sadiq Atal. Whereas Nabi might just come in and play with a sense of adventure, take a few risks, play out of the box. Very distinguished a distinguishing feature of this ground when you see that saucer there. Now look at the partnerships here. The best by far. And at a good speed as well. The pitch is not ideal for hitting the ball on the up. You've got to find new ways of scoring quickly, and one of the things to do is try and just chip the ball over the infield. Well played. I think he's found the gap there. And as Russell mentioned a little while earlier, the outfield is quick. Good sensible play from the experienced Nabi.
What a great effort. They had to improve they have to improve their fielding. Hong Kong China side, I can understand their inexperience, but they've done well to qualify. Opening the face of the bat, knowing the third man is up in the circle, he just had to put it in the gap. That was his third boundary. He was the fielder, that shot third man.
The guys inside the ring because they have to protect the straight boundary. That will be wide. Yes, call wide as well.
Things are panning out well for Afghanistan with this partnership. 46 of 36 now. 8 wickets in hand. Sadiq is looking good on 28. Looks a good cricketer to me. Plays it straight. Then of course the most experienced Nabi, batting on 31 of just 22.
Again, trying to find the gap. Wants the strike. And that could have been a run out there. Sadiq wasn't interested. Nabi obviously wanted a single. 72 for 2.
प्लीज हमारा ऑर्डर लिख लीजिए 2 अदद बड़े पिज्जास लहसुन वाली डबल रोटी
इनको पुराने तरीकों से ऑर्डर करने दें 20,000 प्लस रेस्टोरेंट्स के साथ आपका ऑर्डर फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा।
तो हो जाए सोनी धरती के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
अस्करी जबरदस्त करंट अकाउंट खुलवाएं क्योंकि इस अकाउंट में मिले बेशुमार जबरदस्त सहूलियात, वो भी बिल्कुल फ्री। सब कुछ तो है इसमें।
Mohammad Nabi is going to be the key player because now you can see what the effect of Mohammad Nabi is. He's gone to 31 very quickly, as you want to do in T20s. Afghan supporters, as I said, plenty of batting to come for Afghanistan. That guy is a phenomenal player. Azmatullah Omar Zai, you saw the best of him recently, the Champions Trophy. Yeah, Nabi striking at 134, which is handy. And that move has worked. Impressed with the dive that was put in.
I don't know where Nabi was going. He said no straight away. And the throw wasn't strong enough. Hasn't got a strong arm. He was in. Anyway, there was a chance though. Direct hit probably would have been a different ball game.
Now this is something you don't see very often these days. Nice tossed up delivery. Remember those times when a left arm spinner would want to bowl round the wicket, he would say left arm round diagonal in between the umpire and the stump. That's what they would tell the umpires. You don't see that these days. They prefer modern day left arm spinners to go straight round the wicket. Well bowled, tossed up delivery. Interesting to see the speed at some stage, which is bowling.
Look at his field. He's got 4 fielder obviously inside the circle. We are he's bowling after 6 over, after the power play. Mid on, mid off back, square leg back, mid wicket back.
Yeah, it was quick but wide as well. So opportunity missed by Sadiq. I think he's starting to feel the pressure a little bit. Not quite getting a move on.
Yeah, he started off very well. He played some exceptional shots. Now he's on 29 of 24. Strike rate is about 120. Yeah, pressure is kind of building up a bit. Change of field. A mid-wicket fielder from inside the circle came towards point, behind point.
Hey, Robin Uthappa made a point about the effect of Jonathan Trott's. Jonathan Trott as coach of this Afghanistan team, this partnership of 50 of 42 balls. And in the last 10 matches where Afghanistan won the toss, they have decided to bat first 7 times. And this is how they go. They seem to just lay the platform a little bit, not too much in a typical T20 rush. Oh, good stop. And that could be close. Appeal has been made. Seems like he's made it. But the umpire might just go upstairs. Just to be safe.
Senior Pi 2 Director, we have an umpire review for run out at the wicket-keeper end. Can I have the side and go please for the run out? Keep rolling ball in the wicket-keeper hands. Keep rolling, nice and slow. Nice and slow. Roll back please one more time, friend, please. And roll forward. And roll forward, please. I'm satisfied batters are grounded when the ball dislodged. I'm ready to make my decision for the base screen. My decision is
and Rohit Sharma will call that not out. This tells you how much time a batter gets when the throw is slightly away from the stumps. That was all that he needed to make his ground. 10 overs gone. It's 77 for 2. These are extremely demanding conditions. Players have been taking drinks in the middle of official drinks interval, and it's time for drinks as Afghanistan reached 77 for 2.
अब खाना चाहे कोई भी हो, हर खाने के बाद टपाल ग्रीन टी प्लीज। टपाल ग्रीन टी, टपाल ग्रीन टी।
प्लीज हमारा ऑर्डर लिख लीजिए, 2 अदद बड़े पिज़्ज़ास, लहसुन वाली डबल रोटी।
इनको पुराने तरीकों से ऑर्डर करने लें। 20,000 प्लस रेस्टोरेंट्स के साथ आपका ऑर्डर फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा।
ओलिविया देता है बालों को लॉन्ग लास्टिंग कलर। मेरे पास ओलिविया हेयर कलर के अलावा कोई चॉइस ही नहीं। ओलिविया, शुक्रिया।
यूफोन 4G दे रहा है यू पावर पर डबल कॉलिंग मिनट्स, वो भी सेम प्राइस पे। फोन उठाओ, कॉल मिला, क्योंकि यूफोन 4G के पास डेटा और मिनट्स बहुत है।
Just getting a little bit of momentum, you would say, this partnership, and Afghanistan, who had a scratchy start to begin with, especially. We saw the way Sadiqullah has gone about. The bowling has been, you would say, sensible. They have used the conditions well.
Yeah, they did. I mean, Shukla got first wicket of Gurbaz, and then Iqbal got 1 wicket as well. Yeah, so far so good. I asked, Khan was a bit expensive, 2 over 26, 13 run strike rate.
Now we have to excuse the players if the drinks interval takes a little longer than normal, because these are really tough conditions, and hats off to the players who are giving their everything in these
and to
conditions.
umpires as well, and to officials.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really hot there. I was there for 5-6 minutes and I was drenched.
Now this is where a little bit of an initiative has to be taken by Afghanistan. The problem that they've felt right through this innings has been the lack of speed on the ball. Hong Kong, China have been very smart in the way they've taken pace off, or maybe that is their natural ability, that's how they bowl.
On a pitch like this, you need a bit of pace at times, bit of experience in your seam bowling. Obviously, it's a young side. Hong Kong, China, eventually they probably will find some young bowlers, especially on pitches like this with a bit of grass, bit of assistance early on with the new ball.
Just going to the squad of Hong Kong, China, they've got a lot of bowlers and spinners who do the normal stuff, not too much of mystery. Finger spinners who bowl off spin or left arm spin. Got Kinchit Shah now. Might get a wicket of the first ball that is bowled. He does. What a start for him. And he's got the big one. That's Mohammad Nabi.
What a breakthrough for Hong Kong, China. And Kinchit, first ball, wicket of a set batter. Nabi, 33 of 26, stride into 126. Let's have a look. It was a quick delivery, no turn. He went towards mid-on, mid-wicket, got the top edge. Easy catch at mid-off.
It's not an easy surface to hit the big sixes, so Mohammad Nabi was trying to clear the longer area on the ground, but what a start for Kinchit Shah. Mohammad Nabi playing his part. They need to take off from here, Afghanistan. 77 for 3 now. It's off the mark straight away. Gulbadin Naeeb has been around with the Afghanistan team for a long time. He's a hardy cricketer.
Good all-rounder. Can bat, he can bowl and a gun fielder, and he's got muscles, and he shows it. How many Asia Cups have you played, Sanjay? You remember it?
I think 3 or 4 maybe in my career.
I don't even remember playing one. What's going on with me?
Just played too much cricket. You play just the right amount. You remember every match that you played in.
Or I forget now, maybe, the age factor?
Now, you can't attribute everything to age.
You can, actually.
You can. It's a nice
It's
excuse.
very legal.
Yeah, this is the last wicket. His name is Kinchit. In Marathi, it means a little. And that's all he needed to do. Just a little deviation where the ball sort of went away with the angle. And he was trying to, as you said, Wasim, trying to get onto the onside, outside half of the bat. No power.
And Nabi being the similar kind of spinner, he doesn't turn as much. He does the same kind of thing. Good running this. Oh, direct hit. Let's have a look. Big appeal.
That was interesting. They were looking for a third. He seems very cool and calm about it. Direct hit, always a little
we have umpire review for run out
risky
at the
for the
wicket
batter.
keeper end. Can I have the stand and angle please for the run out? Stand by. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Roll back, please. Roll back. And roll forward nice and slow. Go frame by frame, please. Roll forward. Roll forward. Roll forward. Roll forward. Still better shot of the piece. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Batter just in. Just in when the bail dislodged. I'm ready to make my decision for the biscuit.
You just watch that close. You see the ball has just hit the end of the stump, the right edge of the stumps, and that's all the time that was needed for the batter to come in. He was saved by a frame, but just amazing. This is an outdoor sport, played over, what, 3 or 4 acres of land, but with DRS, every millimeter comes into play. If that ball would have hit smack in the middle of the stump that was hit, the batter would have been out.
Let's have a look again. You're absolutely right, Sanjay. Quicker, probably throw would have made the difference too. But he just made it right in time.
And watch out for Gulbadin Naeeb when he gets a 50. Celebrates by showing his muscles in that umpteen times over the years. So this is another important partnership. The key player. Watch out for Omar Zai when he comes into bat. Afghanistan 83 for 3.
Please हमारा order लिख लीजिए 2 अदद बड़े pizzas, लहसुन वाली डबल रोटी।
इनको पुराने तरीकों से ऑर्डर करने दें। 20,000 प्लस रेस्टोरेंट्स के साथ आपका ऑर्डर फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा।
अस्करी जबरदस्त करंट अकाउंट खुलवाएं, क्योंकि इस अकाउंट में मिले बेशुमार जबरदस्त सहूलियात, वो भी बिल्कुल फ्री। सब कुछ तो है इसमें।
तो हो जाए सोनी धरती के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
Been their MO. They bat first 7 times in the last 10 matches where they won the toss, and they just want to sort of aim for about 160, 180 and trust their bowlers to do the job.
Especially the 2 world-class spinners in the middle overs you discussed in our pre-show. Noor and the skipper himself, and then of course Nabi.
They've kept things very simple. It's something that we all need to remember in life. Keep things simple, and that's what they've done, and that's why they've been impressive. Couple of expensive bowlers there, but apart from that, there've been a couple of overs of 3.502 from Ehsan Khan. It's just a 4 economy rate. Murtaza has done well, but this is time when the pressure will start building on the bowlers, because this is the time when the gears will be exchanged. Good move to have himself on with 2 batters, of which one is a right-hander who likes space on the ball.
Good variation from the skipper, Murtaza. He's bowling with his limits, he's not giving anything away. The flighted delivery, you were right, Sanjay. You very rarely see this kind of pace in T20 format from a spinner.
Yeah, there's been one ball that is bowled at 77 kilometers per hour. Kuldeep Yadav actually started off bowling in that kind of range, speed range. But he's also bowled one that is 90 kilometers per hour. That would be much slower. And you can see the batters are struggling with the slowness of the deliveries coming at them.
This is very sensible bowling by Murtaza. Let's have a look. Another slow delivery. It didn't turn. Just played it nicely. Call was for 2, but they settled for 1. There's no need to take a risk at this stage. 85 for 3, Afghanistan.
I know you don't remember most of the stuff during your playing days. The slowest spinner that you played, do you remember anybody who just tossed the ball up and you really got irritated by it?
I never stayed that long on the crease to get irritated by a spinner, but I think Maninder Singh used to bowl really flighted deliveries, and he was a very, very exceptional bowler.
He also had that dip. Made it even more difficult. I think he's committed to playing this kind of an innings, Sadiq. So 86 for 3 is the score for Afghanistan after 12 overs.
Dolan's Pramaline No Frost Refrigerator range. With its Duo Frost technology, independent cooling system keeps food fresh for longer, prevents odor mixing, and ensures even cooling with consistent temperatures. Dolan's Pramaline, designed for better.
ओलिविया देता है बालों को लॉन्ग लास्टिंग कलर। मेरे पास ओलिविया हेयर कलर के अलावा कोई चॉइस ही नहीं। ओलिविया, शुक्रिया।
यूफोन 4G दे रहा है यू पावर पर डबल कॉलिंग मिनट्स, वो भी सेम प्राइस पे। फोन उठाओ, कॉल मिला, क्योंकि यूफोन 4G के पास डेटा और मिनट्स बहुत है।
Kinchit again. It has been the spinners who bowled it slowly. So far, they'll be pretty happy with the way that Afghanistan is still going at sevens. Down the track in the air, chance, no, doesn't carry. But Sadiqul Atal, Robin is setting up nicely.
Well, he has to. He has no choice now. After that life he got in the first over. Good start he had, but after his life, he has had to consolidate and almost slow down his batting a little bit, his aggressive nature a little bit. He had to move on. Now he finds himself in a position where he'll have to bat through for Afghanistan if they need to get a respectable score from here. But Basit, one thing you got to love about the Hong Kong cricket side is the fact that the bowling spins so well. Slow through the air, traditional spin bowling we're seeing after decades. It's funny, isn't it, how we've gone through a whole decade where we've not seen traditional spin bowling, and you bring it back into the game and batters don't know how to contend with it.
Yeah, absolutely. The international player will not have faced a lot of spinners or actually slowing it up or throwing it up in the air. And that's why it's been so interesting the way that they bat. Even with the new ball, you got a medium pacer with the keeper standing up. This time it's short, and this time he's got hold of it. That has been smashed out of the ground.
There you go, exactly what we were talking about. 94 kilometers an hour, that ball. Slightly back of a length. That modern batters know exactly what to do with. Rock back, pumped it over deep mid-wicket for another 6. Sadiq moves on to 42 of 34. And they have their job cut out for them now. I was waiting for it. I was ready for it. Certain that his neural pathways were clear when this one came quick through the air. Acts slightly differently when it comes slower through the air.
Yeah, this is what Afghanistan do. They set it up and sort of almost old school. Well, you keep wickets intact, even in a T20 game.
Yeah, take pace away from these batters. And it feels so foreign for them. I think over a decade ago is when you saw spin bowling like this, slow through the air, a little bit of revs. But then, back then,
Yes. Sky. It is no pace, so it's just gone straight up in the air. Captain takes the catch. Kinchit with that slow pace. He gets a wicket.
another slow delivery through the air, another wicket. Kinchit has Afghanistan's number at the moment. He's bowled 2 overs for just 15 runs and he's got 2 wickets. This one, slower undercutter through the air. Reached for the ball, did good, but the Naib only to sky to the captain. Easy catch for Yasim. And Afghanistan lose their 4th at the end of the 13th over, 95 for 4.
तो हो जाए सोनी धरती के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
अस्करी जबरदस्त करंट अकाउंट खुलवाएं, क्योंकि इस अकाउंट में मिले बेशुमार जबरदस्त सहूलियात, वो भी बिल्कुल फ्री। सब कुछ तो है इसमें।
प्लीज हमारा ऑर्डर लिख लीजिए, 2 अदद बड़े पिज्जास, लहसुन वाली डबल रोटी।
इनको पुराने तरीकों से ऑर्डर करने दें। 20,000 प्लस रेस्टोरेंट्स के साथ आपका ऑर्डर फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा।
Azmatullah, powerful player, but Afghanistan just stuttering a little. Wasim
just slowing it up into the leg side. They want two, but straight to the man. So period of play where Hong Kong, China will be very happy with.
Azmatullah Omarzai, 43 innings, 512 runs. Don't go by that average. He's a much better player than those stats. He's a class act. Can bat at the top of the order, in the middle order, bowl with a new ball, bowl at the death. He can do all of it. And he has his work cut out for him tonight. Again, slow through the air. Not much spin, not revs on it. But it just seems so foreign. It's almost comical, to be honest.
Around the wicket, the ball never really arrived. So he's just sitting in his crease, trying to hit this out of the park, and just loops up. Captain himself takes the catch. Again, just not giving the batters any pace. Yasin Murtaza is a very experienced player. Played a lot of cricket in Pakistan, in Rawalpindi and Islamabad. Played around about 74, I reckon, first class games, so he does know how to, especially in white ball cricket, just change subtly his pace. Today he's bowling very slow, but has that ability to be that left arm spinner who has subtle changes of pace.
He has bowled certainly well tonight. I think that street smartness is alive in Yasin Murtaza. Notices the fact that there's a lot of wind blowing across the ground and the wicket is slightly fresh, bounce a little tennis bally. So it's always good to bowl slow through the end, allow the batters to put pace behind it. And where the bounce is slightly variable, where it's tennis bally, it's not the easiest thing to take the attack on to the spinners and create pace on the ball.
Almost. Atullah had to wait for it a long time, then trying to push it off the back foot, went nowhere.
This is fantastic stuff from Hong Kong and China. Top spinner, again, the tennis bally bounce we were talking about, held in the wicket just for a tad second as it pitched. All he could do is kind of jab it back, trying to go past the bowler. Luckily for him, just over Murtaza's head. Last ball of the over now.
And off the back foot, no pace, so another very decent over from the captain. It is 101 for 4.
अस्करी जबरदस्त करंट अकाउंट खुलवाएं क्योंकि इस अकाउंट में मिले बेशुमार जबरदस्त सहूलियात, वो भी बिल्कुल फ्री। सब कुछ तो है इसमें।
Dolan's Premaline No Frost Refrigerator range, designed for better freshness. With a convertible zone, switch temperatures from -20 degrees to 5 degrees with a simple touch, giving you the flexibility to store anything your way. Dolan's Premaline, designed for better.
Spinner's really doing a job. Pace off the ball, working beautifully.
Inchit has been really impressive tonight. 2 overs, 2 for 15, mixing the space around, bowling those undercutters. Another one there. Cleverly played by Omarzai, trying to push for 2. They will get 2.
Kinchit and Yasim have just gone at 5.12 the over, so you can imagine the way that the spinners have been able to just control the mid overs. They want 2 this time. He's got a little pocket offside, so he'll come back.
That's going to be a lot of hard work for the Afghanistan batters here. The 2 wickets that Kinchit got tonight. Undercutters both. First one, run in from long on to take it. Second one, right next to the pitch. Both top edges, both of the splices of the bat. Bowled with a lot of control as Kinchit.
Robin, you're loving the pace that the spinners are bowling at. I'll give you a little love story. Kinchit, in the last Asia Cup that was here in 2022, he proposed on camera.
Yes, he did, I remember.
You remember, yeah, and proposed on camera to his then girlfriend. Now the question I'm going to ask, in that situation, what if the girl says no?
Oh, he wouldn't be here for this Asia Cup, I can tell you that much. Clearly, he's going through some really happy days in his life. Bowling like a dream. Seems like he's added a few pounds since the last time he was here at the Asia Cup. During that proposal, he was in some good shape back then.
Again, slow outside the off stump. They're not going in sync with the pace the spinners have bowled at.
Bowled really well, hasn't he? Again, a floater through the air, coming back in, the left-hander. Last ball of the over.
Into the offside. He wants the second run because that'll bring up his 50. Third T20I 50 of just 41 deliveries. He just anchored the innings well at the top of the order. 15 done, 110 for 4.
यूफोन 4G दे रहा है यू पावर पर डबल कॉलिंग मिनट्स, वो भी सेम प्राइस पे। फोन उठाओ, कॉल मिला, क्योंकि यूफोन 4G के पास डेटा और मिनट्स बहुत है।
तो हो जाए सोनी धरती के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
प्लीज हमारा ऑर्डर लिख लीजिए, 2 अदद बड़े पिज्जास, लहसुन वाली डबल रोटी।
इनको पुराने तरीकों से ऑर्डर करने में 20,000 प्लस रेस्टोरेंट्स के साथ आपका ऑर्डर फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा।
Afghanistan, they do this with their batting. They have Ibrahim Zadran, who didn't get many today, but Sadiqul Atal, those two are the ones they bat around in the recent T20s. Sadiqul Atal in a rich vein of form. 350s in the last 4 innings, had a very good tri-series before the Asia Cup. He's just settling in now. They ideally want a big finish to these final 5 overs. Can Hong Kong, China just keep their nerve and maybe bowl a few more spinners?
If there was anything that would have been communicated to the Hong Kong side is don't fix anything that's not broken, because everything's going well. But Sadiq has been impressive, barring that edge in the first over. Held this one end up for Afghanistan. Pegged away. Not been the most free-flowing innings, but shown maturity. Ran well between the wickets. Made sure he's still batting there at the end of the 15th over, which is what you want to do as an opening batter.
Sadiq at the top of the order, 50 or 41. It was Muhammad Nabi with 33, but right now he probably holds the key. He's batted on a slow surface and now probably used to the pace of the ball. If you bowl it that slowly, it is a problem.
Certainly is. Send him back. Barring that 51-run partnership between Sadiq and Nabi, not much to talk home about for Afghanistan in this innings. This is where he scored his runs. Predominantly square off the wicket, 29% on the offside, 19 on the leg side, square off the wicket. Down the ground as well. Slow through the air, waited for it, he's got all of it. Another 6 for Afghanistan. A little bit of impetus for them, and they need so much more of this. They're going to have to put up a respectable score.
Yeah, the slog sweep. Azmatullah Umar Zay. Time waited for it long enough. And just that slight bit of wait before he actually unleashed that big hit. The other thing, Robin, about this Abu Dhabi ground is that it's a big playing surface. Very rarely nowadays you find in T20 cricket grounds which are so vast, and that also probably helps the spinners bowl slightly slower.
Yeah, that and the conditions. There's always a breeze blowing around in Abu Dhabi. So you got to take that into consideration as a batter at all times. So if you don't have pace on the ball, and as a batter, you got to create pace on it, which means you got to try a lot harder. And generally, you don't see modern bowlers or spinners bowling slow through the air. So this is almost a rediscovered tactic that the bowlers have come up with, especially from Hong Kong and China. Got to see if the other bowlers from other countries actually utilize this in the Asia Cup.
Reverse sweep doesn't work. Oh, dropped. Oh, he's dropped it. Hassan, a very experienced player. Hong Kong, China, well, that is a sitter if I've seen one. 119 for 4.
ओलिविया देता है बालों को लॉन्ग लास्टिंग कलर। मेरे पास ओलिविया हेयर कलर के अलावा कोई चॉइस ही नहीं। ओलिविया, शुक्रिया।
Best of European technology and innovation. Designed for better hygiene. Pakistan's first built-in heater automatic washing machine with stain buster technology, which ensures cleaner, fresher clothes with every wash. Dolan's Prema line, designed for better.
The Afghanistan squad just going through some Oman squad, in fact, doing some stretching. Cut hard in the air. I think they went through backward point. Interested to see the replay here. Was it another one put down?
That was hit hard. It's more about body behind the ball rather than taking that catch. Iqbal in his third over has been good. Not many runs conceded. Well, you're probably right. There was a slight opportunity to get your fingers underneath that one.
A few drops today. Sadiq himself has been dropped 3 times. Big shot skewed off the inside edge. Just going to be 1.
Look, Matthew, to the other catchers that went down, that's not a drop. This was in the previous over now. Have a look at this. This should have been gobbled up. Straight in. Plenty of time to pick up on the juggle, but it's gonna hurt. That was Sadiq, already gone after, or gone past a 50. Last 4 overs can really hurt Hong Kong, China.
There's a long way across, and he heaves this leg side, long way back too. That might be the biggest we've seen today.
With 4 wickets down, 2 set batters, 4 overs to go. Afghanistan are in their zone. And if you're not going to be taking your catches, you might have to find somewhere to bury your head. 10 and over, 170, and I think that will be far too much for this Hong Kong China team to chase with the quality, the bowling that Afghanistan do have.
Well, the big one was in the first over, wasn't it? Edge to slip, first slip, carried nicely. Captain Murtaza had to move to his right, but he almost went too far forward. The ball hit him high up on the hand, on the wrist, and that's the one that's really cost them here. Sadiq going on to his 50.
Square boundaries pretty much the same, equal, 64 meters on one, 67 the other, so that's...
He goes again, this time a lot straighter in the gap, and it's another 6. He's gone up a gear here, Sadiq.
Oh yes, dealing only in 6s. He's taken his time. Piloted that innings to a position from where they can just throw their bat. Shorter side of the ground, he's hitting with the wind. And all of a sudden, with the power that we know Afghanistan have, they could even get close to 200 here. That'll all come down to drop catches.
That happens to you as a batter, you've got to make it count, and what a good feeling this is when you've done the hard work early on, you've got through tough period, and now you can cash in, get that strike rate up. Wants to target the leg side, but bowler does a sensible thing and bowls wide of the off stump.
Well, he's in the spotlight, all right. Star player spotlight, Azmatullah Omarzai. Fabulous all-rounder, and he adds great value, great strength to this Afghan team. Right now, 21 off 11, you'll see him with the new ball. Get that ball to move around. Now, Mohammad Nabi and Gulbuddin Naib were promoted in the batting order because they do like to have the spotlight player at the right time of the innings.
And after oh, that one again. Yeah, that was big wide. Means that Sadiq's going to get one more shot at Iqbal. Really wanted to get across his stumps and heave to the leg side. 3 fielders, 2 fielders now out on the boundary. He mid-wicket, long on. Oh, was that inside the line? No. Maybe just outside.
He did go across his stumps. Just wonder, a little unlucky, because you do get that little margin, don't you? You see the batter move across the stumps. Pretty strong wind, and he's hitting with it.
Oh, nice paddle, and that's going to be 4 more. Clever batting. Got it on the full, and what an over that is. It goes for 25. 144 for 4.
तो हो जाए सोनी धरती के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
यूफोन 4G दे रहा है यू पावर पर डबल कॉलिंग मिनट्स, वो भी सेम प्राइस पे। फोन उठाओ, कॉल मिला, क्योंकि यूफोन 4G के पास डेटा और मिनट्स बहुत है।
प्लीज हमारा ऑर्डर लिख लीजिए, 2 अदद बड़े पिज़्ज़ास, लहसुन वाली डबल रोटी।
इनको पुराने तरीकों से ऑर्डर करने में 20,000 प्लस रेस्टोरेंट्स के साथ आपका ऑर्डर फूड पैंडा संभाल लेगा।
They had wickets in hand, enabled them to take a few more risks at the back end, and they've paid off so far. Could be a big score on offer here now. Sadiq has his highest score in T20 international cricket now, and that's 68 not out. He's eyeing up 3 figures from here. If he gets enough strike, you never know.
Yep, 18 balls.
Shown back in.
Look, you would have always thought that Afghanistan will get enough for their bowlers to defend. Now this partnership has pushed that innings to a different level, 50 of 27. Sadiq Atal's top scores in T20 internationals, a lot of them made in the last month or so. 4 innings, 350s for Atal. And now basically he needs his mate Gurbaz to join the party, and then that'll make that batting lineup formidable. The middle order looks strong. They need that good start early. So I mentioned that they would always get enough. But now about getting a big partnership in. This partnership is definitely helping Omar Zai.
He goes hard, straight too long off. Who drops it again? Another one down. Once again, made the ground, got 2 hands to it.
Really thought that he'll make that because he moved nicely. Anshuman Rath, one of the most experienced players in the Hong Kong team. Well, they'll need him if they're trying to chase this down. Hits it well. No one's catching that.
It's almost as if he was waiting for that length. Azmatullah Omarzai back in the crease. The hit from Ehsan. Not bowled at shorter length too often so far. That's a real drag down.
Matthew, it's not only getting the win and getting the feel-good factor behind you from Afghanistan's point of view. They are in a pool of death, that's for sure. The other teams in this group are Sri Lanka, Bangladesh.
Oh, how did that not bowl him? That was very full. Must have just shaved the off stump.
And one of those 3 teams are going to miss out. And therefore, this game becomes more important. Not only the win, the net run rate. You need a big win and you need to create a cushion in the event. You drop a game and anything can happen.
Not a bad over again for Afghanistan. 11 off it, 155 for 4.
यूफोन 4G दे रहा है यू पावर पर डबल कॉलिंग मिनट्स, वो भी सेम प्राइस पे। फोन उठाओ, कॉल मिला, क्योंकि यूफोन 4G के पास डेटा और मिनट्स बहुत है।
अब खाना चाहे कोई भी हो, हर खाने के बाद टपाल ग्रीन टी प्लीज। टपाल ग्रीन टी।
ओलिविया देता है बालों को लॉन्ग लास्टिंग कलर। मेरे पास ओलिविया हेयर कलर के अलावा कोई चॉइस ही नहीं। ओलिविया, शुक्रिया।
Do you think Hong Kong would prefer to be in this group, even though it is the group of death, because they get to play 3 full members rather than 2?
Well, being realistic, they wouldn't mind where they are, as long as that opportunity is there. And if they can nip a win here or there.
Out towards long on, over long on. Bludgeoned straight by Azmatullah Omarzai, whose strike rate is spectacular. It's well over 200 now.
Long levers, Azmatullah Omarzai. He's got some power. Compared to the others, he's slightly built. And back a punch. He's back to finish his spell. 1 for 30 in his first spell. The power play from Ayush.
Buckler's been expensive so far. That's a fabulous shot. Wow! Right over extra cover, a long way back for 6. That could be the shot of the day.
90 meters. For now, the biggest of the day from Omarzai. Keep up to the wicket. Give yourself some room and swing. That's a clean hit. He intended to go in that direction and he gets it. He's hit 4 sixes and 1 4, striking at just under 250. Here for Hong Kong, it's everything to gain. Not get phased, gain the experience. So much cricket played.
Could be another 3 sixes in the over. Azmatullah Omarzai has his highest score in T20 international cricket, and he's now one short of a rapid 50.
Oh yes, just the 19 deliveries, not much anyone can do. You pitch it up, he's able to dig it out. You give him length, he'll pick his spot, slower delivery into the pitch. Just the innings Afghanistan needed, for the simple reason I mentioned the net run rate, that big win to get yourself going.
Gonna go around the wicket to try and stem the bleeding here. We've gone 6-6-6 this over. Oh, that's cute. That's really cute, and that might be a no ball too. It's not just about power, bit of touch too, and that is a first 50 in T20 international cricket for Omarzai.
Tremendous batting. He's got those touch shots as well. I don't think that was above the waist high, but cleverly played. The positive for Ayushis, there's no chance he's going to be hit for 6 sixes. The umpire at square leg would try and gauge the height, and he'll visualize the batter standing upright in his stance.
This has gone high. Long on has a chance coming in. Ezaz takes the catch. That's how it's done. But the damage has already been done by Azmatullah Omarzai.
Love the celebration. That's a big wicket after being carted around the park, and everything is a win. He deserves a celebration from Hong Kong China's point of view. Yes. Giving sixes for height, that's another 6, but tremendous catch in the night sky, coming down at you amongst those light towers. In that last picture, you could see how far he's running, so wonderful catch by Azaz. But we've enjoyed this knock, which came off 21 balls, 53 to Azmatullah Omarzai. 177 for 5.
तो हो जाए सोनी धरती के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
अस्करी जबरदस्त करंट अकाउंट खुलवाएं, क्योंकि इस अकाउंट में मिले बेशुमार जबरदस्त सहूलियात, वो भी बिल्कुल फ्री। सब कुछ तो है इसमें।
Karim Janat, the new batter. That might be a wide. It will be a wide. Just try to push the ball across him, having seen the batter walk across his stumps. That's now 59 runs off the previous 2.5 overs.
Well, that strike rate really doesn't tell the story of what Karim Janat can do in a situation like this. On compassionate grounds, I probably would not have signaled that last delivery a wide. With the angle across the right hand, and probably considered where exactly it was when he passed the batter.
A good slow ball. Not sure the umpires do compassion, Russell, to be honest with you. 179 for 5.
यूफोन 4G दे रहा है यू पावर पर डबल कॉलिंग मिनट्स, वो भी सेम प्राइस पे। फोन उठाओ, कॉल मिला, क्योंकि यूफोन 4G के पास डेटा और मिनट्स बहुत है।
Getting ready to spank some sixes.
that's the case, he'll be hoping someone gets out here. 6 balls to go. Asmatullah Umarzai's 50, which came off 20 balls. The quickest 50 for an Afghan batter. But it's very slow compared to the quickest 50 in international cricket. That's the wicket, a slow ball. Just holding on. Deependra Singh Airi of Nepal scored it off 9 balls against Mongolia.
That's hit hard. Fielder does well to come round. There's ours again. Saves 2. Yeah, I can't really vouch for the Mongolia bowling on that occasion. I can't say I've seen them in action too often. I've seen Deependra Singh Airi though, and he can hit a long ball for a small guy.
I like Mongolian food though. Good stuff.
So after 16 overs, the score was 119. It's really been staggering how they've gone up 2-3 gears since then. Three and a half overs, and they've planted 64. They moved that the way, but that is a wide.
Considered just the 5 runs. He's got 3 balls to get through Ishan, and he's only considered that 6 in the previous over. Other than that, they've just not been able to get at him.
Got after him now, Janat, but he's not got all of this. It's another catch at long on. Right near the bottom of the bat, Nizakat takes a simple catch.
Yeah, he had no choice. Rather than swing for the hills, Karim Janat. Nizakat Khan, he made that look easy. Stood his ground. What do they say? Fingers facing the sky, easier to catch those. A better position for the hands. Ishan gets a wicket. Just the 2 runs to Janat, and it's 184 for 6.
Captain Khan in with his cap on. That's well bowled and well played in the end. Very full. Had the wherewithal to just glide it. Almost 4, but the other captain, Murtaza, does well. Saves 1.
He kept going and going. Initially I thought that'll run away, but he didn't give up the chase. And it's just underneath us, so Qasim Murtaza just doing the job. Well, no 6s from Rashid this evening, because the last ball he'll be at the non-striker's end. And the positive for Hong Kong China is also, if this is a legal delivery, Afghanistan will not be getting 200. But yet 187, the massive score. 180 is par score here in Abu Dhabi. The last time an international match was played here, about a year ago, Ireland beat South Africa. 199 played 185.
Right, final delivery. And they finish with a flourish. Sadiq on strike. Well bowled again by Ehsan. Such a wily character. In-swinging Yorker almost to the left-hander, but it's a good score on the board for Afghanistan. 188 for 6 they finish with. At one point, it was looking more like about 150, 160 potentially. But a